Good afternoon. My name's Harry Jacobs and welcome to Old Guy Games. I'm here to talk about my experience in gaming, maybe give you some perspective. I'm just giving this a try. I bought some equipment. Let's go for it. I started gaming in 1969 when I was 12 years old, my first game being Risk. Soon after I went to high school, I discovered the strategy games of our time, what I like to call the golden age of games, where Avalon Hill ruled, as well as SPI, Strategic Publications Incorporated, with their war games and strategy games that dominated the market probably for about 10 to 12 years until the PCs came along. Once the PC market came along, the war games and strategy market seemed to go to the PCs at the time. A company like SSI, Strategic Simulations Incorporated, came along, took those war games and strategy games, and basically started converting them into PC games. Soon after, SSI went under, and that was the end of their era. But let's fast forward. It is now 2020. COVID, we're stuck in our house. There's plenty of games to play. But a fundamental question I always have for myself is, how do I evaluate a game? Why should I add a game to my collection? And what do I evaluate that criteria on? So I thought I'm going to take a few minutes today just to talk about that specific topic. You can agree or disagree. The comments are down below, and you're more than welcome to add how you personally measure the criteria of a game to add to your collection. But I have 6 general rules that I like to apply, and I'm just going to quickly run them through and see what games in my, maybe talk about a couple games that are in my collection that meet those criteria. First of all, theme. What is the game about? Is it a space game? Are we exploring new worlds? Are we delving under the sea and trying to build a new city? Are we terraforming Mars? Those are themes. Do those themes speak to you? Do you enjoy them? Do you like to be a spy? Perhaps just build a village. Plenty of games, plenty of themes. So many themes. Even if you want a COVID-based theme, there's Plague Inc. Destroy the world and evolve your personal COVID. Mechanics. Lots of mechanics out there. In my day, basically, I remember the war game strategies. Basic mechanic was move some half-inch by half-inch counter on a hexagon board, roll a dice, look up a chart, and win or lose. And do that for hundreds of units, perhaps. We thought that was exciting. Of course, I don't know whether that stands up today or not. I think it still does in the market. That's a very niche market. So, but the mechanics I like, deck building, great mechanic. Rondels, Crusaders, Thy Be Mine, Thy Will Be Mine, great little game. Rondels like Beta Colony, that's another good one. One I just picked up, Sovereign's Guise. So lots of Rondel games out there. Deck builders like Clank in Space, Dominion, Ascension, all those games that are out there on the market that you build decks, get stronger and stronger as you go. Another criteria is rules. I really research my games really heavily, really like a really good rule set. Not just from the fact that it's really good, but understandably good. So that when I go to play a game, I go, yeah, I can play this game, not, what? Okay, bring out the 15 videos. FFG does a marginally good job at them. Usually they can take you through. They have a rule set and then a reference guide. I like that style. That works for me. Games like Feudum, it took me 3 days to figure out and a lot of videos. Lisboa, same thing. It took me a couple of days and a few videos. I think more or less that's because of the heaviness of those 2 particular games. But lighter, filler, medium weight games should be good out of the box. Pick up the rules, read the rules, set up the game, and it should take you through a turn so that you can get going. Another thing I like to know is the component quality. What are you buying? What's in the box? FFG drives me nuts. Fantasy Flight games. Card quality is okay. Quality of life stuff, the cardboard counters are okay, but there's nothing special in the box. I like quality of life. Can I get that to the table fast? Drawings of Eldervale. Just a great game. I can put that on the table in about 20 minutes. Another one, Endeavor. Great little ship game. Game nerds, trays, plop, 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 done, you're gone. And you're in the game very, very quickly. Games like, when we go back to Fantasy Flight games and we talk about Arkham Horror, some of these setups are 40 minutes. It takes longer to set the game up and tear down sometimes than when you're playing. So I want components that are good, easy to get to the table, very quick. Replayability. Can I replay this game? Like Nemo's War. I have replayed the stickings out of that thing over the last 2 years. People are just discovering it now. It's a great game. Paul Grogan did a great solo play run through. Really enjoyable. I recommend that you look him up and look at his Nemo's War playthrough. Solo only. Great game. I like it. Replayability. Other replayability games. It's a Wonderful World. I replay that quite a bit. Other games like Dice Throne, Arkham Horror, the card game, Copenhagen. Light filler games are very replayable. The heavier game, they tend to be not as replayable. Mainly because you have to have the friends who are willing to spend the time to replay that game. A good medium weight game, Terraforming Mars. I've never heard anybody say, no, I don't want to play that. You put that on the table, people are going to play it. Pretty quick to set up. I leave the expansions out. Not a big fan of most of the expansions except for the Prelude. The rest of them are meh. Now, I haven't tried Turmoil yet. I hear it's good. Let me know. Lastly, is it soloable? I love solo games. What can I tell you? Nemo's War, my number one. I picked up a number of great solo games lately. Warp's Edge, fantastic solo play. Very great, part of the Solo Heroes series by Renegade Games. Proving Grounds was the first one. This is the second one. Hopefully you've tried to play it. It is a bit difficult. You can get an easier deck, or you can modify the cards. There are websites that tell you how to do that. So if we look at all those together, the theme, the mechanics, the rules, the components, the replayability, and whether I can play it solo or not, that brings to me that value proposition. The more I can get into those 6 criteria, the better this game is. So if I look at a game like Blade Chronicles, this is a second printing. It's a great little game. The theme is spy, breaking into something, winning against the bad guys. The mechanics really is a tableau building, card deck building game. Again, let's go back to that deck building. The rules, very, very easy. You use cards in your hand to power other cards. You try to overcome obstacles. Typically a deck builder. Components, fairly nice components. They have a really nice mat. Fits in a small box. Is replayable. And it's solo. There you go. That's a great game. I think it's underrated. Should check that one out. Another underrated game and good in my collection, Renegade. That's the hacker game by Ricky Royal. Very underrated game. Has the deck building, has the theme, has easy to understand rules, more or less. Okay, I take that back. Understandable rules, watch the video. The components are good. It's replayable. In fact, I take it on vacation. It's a go-to game, small table, great to set up, quick to set up, and it's solo. So those are two or three of the games that are in my collection that meet those criteria. I hope you find this interesting. If you don't, let me know. I'd like to do more videos. I'm going to get better at this, I'm assuming, as I do more and more games in the future. So please bear with me. Come along with the ride. I'm going to try to do some reviews and previews and rules. So I'm going to try to do a little bit of everything, mix it up. Hopefully I will entertain you a little bit. Just to let you know, I have very long nights here, so I will be doing a few of these. I got some vacation time coming up. I live in north, almost at the Arctic, not quite. We still have trees, so I am still below the tree line, but I get 20 hours of nighttime and only about 2 hours a day and the rest is Twilight. Very interesting. So check me out again. Keep an eye. Maybe subscribe. Maybe something's going to happen in the next few days. Please let me know.